When our next meetup happens, I quickly realized this was a mistake as a small moon dressed in emo clothes and covered in grease squeezes its way into our game room and plops itself right next to me. For years, I thought I was noseblind, but the aromatic assault he unleashed on me proved me wrong. Hey, what's up everybody, Scary Gamma Ray here, welcome to another DnDGreentext video. This is episode number 99 guys. If you've been here for 99 episodes and you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, that's a bit disappointing. Just throwing that out there. With that being said, I also want to tell you that I have something special planned for episode 100, and hopefully it's gonna be, you know, next week, but it might be slightly delayed just based on time. But yeah, just wanted to let you know about that, and thanks a lot for all the episodes so far. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like on the video if you already subscribed to the channel. Anon loves God too much. Playing game with college group. Villain is a tribal shaman dude. Summons dinosaurs under his thrall as expendable minions. The Christian guy at the table huffs and leaves because the GM's pushing Satanist Darwin again. Explain this to me, please. I know he's a Christcock in the 21st century, which is its own tangle mess of complexes and such, but this is a game about magic with a villain using tribal shamanism, and granted, he is the cliché lawful good paladin, so maybe it's a bringing the Lord to the savages fantasy deal, but why in the name of sake is dinosaurs the thing that crosses the line here? I don't understand religious belief at the best of times in a modern society, but this is a game of make-believe. That should be where the moral quandary ends here, right? This just seems like a clusterfuck of a game, to be honest. I mean, yeah, there is the Christian guy that was super, you know, not understanding at all about the dinosaurs being in the game, among all the other things, but also the other guy telling the story or whatever, I don't know, he just seemed super turned against all the Christian stuff, which is not trying to defend anyone or anything, but like, can't you just, you know, be more understanding about it if people want to be religious or whatnot? God damn it, dude. I know I'm not talking to OP Anon, but it sounds like he's one of the people who don't believe dinosaurs ever existed at all. But yeah, OP is right. It's a game of imagination. If we pretended that dinosaurs never existed or were never discovered at all, a DM saying the magic shaman summons a giant toothed lizard with huge crushing jaws, tiny arms and 2 legs, no one would bat an eye. Because no one should. This reminds me of playing my Death Knight back during Wrath of the Lich King expansion in WoW. Got into a dungeon and our priest refused to heal me due to being an undead abomination and it's against his religion. Honestly, couldn't tell if he was trolling, RPing his character or being legit, but he kept it up through all of Utgard Keep. I'm a Christian DM, and I regularly bring undead, eldritch horrors, evil deities, and other ungodly abominations into my games. The point is that they're fantasy baddies. You know, like the White Witch from Narnia, Sauron from Lord of the Rings, all very Christian appropriate literature. That's an odd word to pronounce. Furry player turns the tables. The Emperor will punish us for this heresy. DMing 5th edition for some uni buddies on a weekly basis. One of said buddies invites someone new to join our group, and I start seeing red flags real quick. He wants to play as a monk and asks me if he can play as a black-furred tabaxi. I jokingly say he can, as long as he isn't too much of a furry about it. This apparently offends him and he says I'm furry-phobic. Rather than just kick him out, like I probably should have, I de-escalate the situation because I didn't want to judge him until I saw him in action. When our next meetup happens, I quickly realized this was a mistake as a small moon dressed in emo clothes and covered in grease squeezes its way into our game room and plops itself right next to me. For years, I thought I was noseblind, but the aromatic assault he unleashed on me proved me wrong. After we start playing, he spends most of the session drawing his character on his tablet. He's admittedly pretty good at it. At one point, another player draws it as a joke. He apparently takes this as a challenge and draws what is probably the most detailed drawing of a I'd ever had the displeasure of looking at. Rest of the session is thankfully uneventful. Afterwards, he vanishes like a fart into the wind, and I never have to deal with him again. I guess he probably got offended by... Yeah, he probably got offended by some of the things that happened. Didn't want anything else to do with the group. The most detailed drawing of a I'd ever had the displeasure of looking at. This is his game, and you're merely a player. I mean, there is a place for people being skilled at drawing dicks, right? Someone has to do it. Collateral damage. How much of your party's stuff is stolen? 5EG. Do they have sticky fingers? Or do they simply take prizes from vanquished villains like honorable heroes should? They will loot everything they see, without checking first. Everything. I put a bag of devouring into their inventory. They didn't check what it was, they just slapped it in. The monk will find out soon enough. Okay, learning time. This bag superficially resembles a bag of holding, but is a feeding orifice for a gigantic extra-dimensional creature. Turning the bag inside out closes the orifice. Okay, I've learned enough. Hopefully you did as well, and class dismissed. Moving on. I lost the party druid to a bag. It happened so fast, the rest of the party had no time to save him. He just reached in and poof, gone. A real shame. I was hoping it would get the monk. Oh, god damn it, DM. Bags of devouring can be devastating. In just 3 sessions, I used one to destroy an enemy's fortune, destroy the rogue's corpse so it couldn't be used against us, and then set a trap with it that ended up sucking down the entire carpet it was hidden under, taking several allied NPCs and the ranger's companion with it. Panch Villa Warlock. D&D Pancho Villa Warlock. Buenos dias, boy. DM starts a Western D&D set campaign. One PC wants to play as a stereotypical Mexican cowboy. He ends up playing Pancho Villa. Yes, he used that name. The Pancho Villa Warlock becomes the leader of the party. Okay, quick learning time. Francisco Pancho Villa was a Mexican revolutionary general and one of the most prominent figures of the Mexican Revolution between 1878 and 1923. The campaign is full of fun and stereotypes. Pancho Villa Warlock becomes the sheriff of Death Creek. Cliché outlaw gang invades the town. Pancho Villa Warlock kills the big bad evil guy, but Pancho dies moments later because of the fight wounds. The campaign ends after 8 sessions. Everyone had a great time. Days later, the D&D group reunites for a new campaign. Pancho Villa Warlock player comes in shock. He talked with his family about the Western campaign, told his parents about how fun it was to play a Mexican Revolution hero. He ended up finding out that the real-life Pancho Villa his great-grandmother for real. Man, what the is with these stories sometimes? Okay. Wait, Pancho Villa was a real guy? I thought he was made up. A classmate in my Spanish class, as we are watching a movie about Pancho Villa. I think part of this is people confuse Pancho Villa, the real guy, with Sancho Panza, the sidekick from Don Quixote. However you think this story ends, you're wrong. I was unprepared. I should have stopped reading this comment chain. Anyway, moving on. This is why you should only roleplay as Zapata, the only 100% good guy in the Mexican Revolution. Also, just look at the sheer power of his mustache. One time, I had to give a presentation on anyone from any Spanish-speaking country. I gave my presentation on Zapata, and I wore a shirt with his face on it that said, "Ya basta." I ended up getting called into the principal office, where I explained that it was a revolutionary phrase that we Latinos used to express our dissatisfaction with the ruling powers who persecuted us. They ended up telling me not to worry about it. I love the implied threat of revolution if they don't drop it. Barbarian avoids fall damage. In this thread, how I single-handedly turned a CR13 encounter into a 2.5 hour post. Be me. Big Club level 20 half-orc barbarian. Running homebrewed post level 20 multi-dimensional campaign epilogue. Queue aerial combat with a sky swimmer while flying on a battle balloon. Teleport above sky swimmer and use new ability to deal 50d6 damage. Instakill.x. pass through Sky Swimmer at terminal velocity, heading towards the ground. Oh that PNG. Party member tries to harpoon me out of the air. Rolls with disadvantage. Misses. Winged party members can't match my falling speed. Deus Ex Machina idea.wav. Party plane shift to astral plane and use gate spell to teleport me before impact. Now floating through astral plane at nearly light speed. In score of 8 equals only 15 feet movement speed in astral plane. Party don't have the speed nor magical items to catch up with me. They head back to material plane with the intent of casting gate again. Can only cast once per day. Floating through space forever. Peak related. Oh god damn it. Well, it is what it is. A level 20 Barbarian can easily survive terminal velocity damage if they are undamaged raw. The max damage would only amount to 20d6, but I can see why DMs would increase this damage to be an insta-kill in any situation. Today I learned you can blow up a planet with a single Orc Barbarian going roughly 0.5c. Depending on the subclass, you could just decide that you are too angry to die, which would probably net you 1 minute after you crack the fabric of reality with your skull for people to apply healing. The Zealot Barbarian will still die if they take enough damage for outright death. Also, you can rage while raging, which means a Zealot Barbarian can forego sleep and just be bleeding out for a week until the exhaustion finally outright kills them, assuming they didn't get knocked unconscious by something like sleep in the meantime. Alright, time for comment review. Imagine a warlock in a party of wizards, and they have to convince the wizards they're just using obscure spells, so the wizards don't think they're stupid. Character father dies. Necromancer. It's free real estate. There's also a better version of that story based on the title. Necromancer uses death magic to perform dishonorable Sudoku. Now I cannot stop imagining the Necromancer summoning skeletons and ghosts to help him finish his numerical puzzle. Yeah, I like that. I like this one more than the one where he resurrects the character's dead father after he just dies. This Necromancer is a little chaotic at worst. The only way the Barbarian doesn't straight up murder that Necromancer would be if the Barbarian walks up to the Necromancer, calmly grabs the dude's shoulder, sobs a little, and thanks the Necromancer for making the father look like a total badass before they bury him. Apply gripping pressure till the Necromancer agrees. The Necromancer's consequences would be the loss of the equipment too. Ah yes, forcing the Necromancer into submission. Yeah, this is another option. I like it. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. I really appreciate it, guys, so thanks a lot for that. Links below if you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Check out the Discord server, join the subreddit, or if you want to check out the Patreon. And yeah, with that being said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!